Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I've been really busy. I'm sorry, I just haven't had time to upload, and I am having considerable technical difficulties with my old iPad, which this is being filmed on, which generally lets me upload to YouTube, but I've then had some problems with the audio. I don't know what's happening there. It happens sometimes, doesn't others. I don't really know how to fix it. And my new iPad, I just can't get to upload to YouTube. I really need to go on a course, I think, but I just haven't had time. So that's a long explanation for a bit of a silence. And I know that some of you have been asking me on Instagram, particularly about what I picked from the Victoria Beckham Estée Lauder collection. You'll remember last year I was very dubious about Victoria Beckham's products, and I absolutely loved this makeup collection, and so I have bought quite a few items this time. So some of them I've used, some of them I haven't. So it's very much a first show in most cases. What I'm going to Those are last year's, although some of them are re-promoted. I bought from two sources, by the way. I bought direct from Estée Lauder's website because that had a release which was a bit earlier than any of the shops. And they also send you quite good free gifts if you buy anything. And it's all nicely boxed. So the box here, yeah, see, even the lid has Victoria Beckham for Estée Lauder. And the little card at the back, all beautifully packaged, which is more than we can say for Selfridges, where I got the rest of it from. Right, so direct from the main website, I bought the eye palette, which was the item I was most excited about. Just to remind you, last year's eye palette was this one, and I absolutely loved it. I have used it, apart from the fact it's quite difficult to get into. I've used it quite a lot, but I mean, you can still see there's so much product. Although you can see I've been hitting that one quite heavily in that one. And I use the green one to kind of outline my eyes quite a lot. So I was very excited about the new one, which I knew was in a similar format, although only 4 colours this time. And slightly less the sort of colours I would naturally go for. Now you can see straight away, similar palette, she's changed the faux leather from ridges to a total leather texture, which I really like, I have to say. It immediately feels, well, I don't know, I was going to say it feels a bit lighter. I don't think it is. I think that's a bit misleading, possibly. I could look at the actual figures in a minute. Now you can see 4 colours, but slightly bigger palettes. Now, I haven't really worn this on the eyes, so there's a limit in what I can tell you about it, except one of the colours does swatch on the arm rather disappointingly, and it's this grey here, which it's very dry and, yeah, just dry. It feels smooth, but it just doesn't feel getting much payoff, and you can see there, really faint. Now, I do want to try it on the eyes because sometimes hand swatches can be a bit misleading, but that one is so dry, I'm a bit worried about it, I have to say. And I have read some reviews that suggest the quality is not brilliant. It's certainly not near the quality of, the Chanel, what was the grey palette we had 2 Christmases ago? Very similar shade in there. There's lots of grey around at the moment. Then there's this kind of lustrous white. That immediately feels much better. Although I have to say, again, well, that's not a bad swatch there, is it? And then a very pretty Bordeaux, which swatches much better, much creamier, much more pigmented. The only problem with that is it's probably not a colour, it's so strong that, I could wear very densely packed on the eyes, whereas the grey I could. So, if one wasn't going to swatch well, and this black swatches superbly, but again, I'm not going to wear the black a lot, and for the amount that I would use it to, for example, line an eye, I have plenty of blacks in other palettes. So for the price, because I think this is about £60, it is disappointing. It's a nice colour combination, I think. that grey is really disappointing, and I'd have to say, therefore, that was a bit of a fail. But hang on until I talk about it, doubtless in my favourites or something else, because as I say, I haven't actually tried it on the eyes. What I have tried on the eyes is the mascara, a whopping £36. And you know that I have problems with mascara. The only one that I really, really love is Chanel's Le Volume. You also know, if you've listened to me wittering on previously, that I do accept mascara is a very personal thing. It's to do with your eyelashes and what you're looking for. Just so you know, I have long eyelashes and hooded eyes. So my problem is that my natural lashes tend to catch on the orbit of my eye, and unless something is very colour fast, I'm going to get panda eyes quite early on. So that's my kind of main issue. I don't need a huge amount of definition from my mascara. So Le Volume, which is a very sticky, quite thick mascara, but dries down, stays put and doesn't flake, is the only one I really loved. But I heard fantastic things about the Victoria Beckham, so I did buy it. Now, the brush is quite different from what I normally like, i.e. Le Volume, which has a big fluffier brush. This is a very sculpted brush. I've worn this twice. I wore it on Thursday and Friday last week, and it is colour fast. The colour stays where you put it. It doesn't pander on me. So that is a plus. And I will definitely use this mascara. It's very easy to apply with precision. The wand is quite nice for that. So I think particularly if you were kind of looking to separate your lashes at the same time as painting them, this is a really good wand. It's quite a sticky formulation, not as sticky as the Chanel, I would say. So it doesn't quite give me the thickness, but it looks good. It stays where you put it. The only thing I would say is it kind of feels tackier on my eyelashes than the Chanel. I was definitely kind of aware it was there. It felt heavier, if you know what I mean. But it's a very good mascara, so I do recommend that. I bought one of the eye foils. Again, rave reviews for this. Comes in a little pot. Very, very runny. I have worn it. You can see straight away there. I think there are two, by the way. This is the gold one in blonde gold. There's a dark one as well. It's all over the place. It's got this little plastic bit here. You can see how sticky it is, and how messy that is to get out and play with. It is super glittery. God, I've taken too much there straight away. It really is difficult to handle. But look, I mean, you get complete kind of glitter. If you like glitter, I do quite like glitter. What can I say about it? I mean, it's kind of too much unless you're in full party mood. I tried to kind of just edge around the upper lashes with this, with a cotton bud on Friday. It was quite tricky to apply. It does dry down quite quickly, but you see, you get the glitter everywhere, and the fallout was tremendous. I was a complete glitter bomb within, I don't know, 40 minutes. I actually think this would be best used at party season, kind of rubbed over your décolleté or cheekbones, or if you were going for a complete kind of Ibiza or I don't know, party look, then this is a great product because it's super duper glittery and pretty. But on the eyes, I'm not sure really. So a bit of a fail for me, I have to say. And then I also bought the Aura Gloss, Brilliant Aura. I'm not entirely sure what this is for. I think, all over kind of lip gloss, cheek gloss, whatever she says. Very, very pretty in the pot. Pretty pots, as you might expect. And it's just a kind of honey-coloured gloss with a bit of glitter in it. Much more subtle than the eye foil. You can barely see it there. Nice on the lips, soothing, but you can barely see it. And you know, I guess if you were looking for a bit of a sheen, this is a good deal more subtle than the eye foil. I think it's about £36, and I question that it's worth that. So pretty pot, but a bit of a fail for me. So that's what I bought. You should know, I mean, there are lots of other products, particularly lipsticks. I just didn't need any more lipsticks. The Modern Mercury highlighter, I've got this from last year. Re-promote, I assume, in the new packaging. I unhesitatingly recommend this. I've used it a lot, but you can see hardly touched. You can use it as an eyeshadow. It's fabulously pigmented if you use it like that, like what I'd really call an eye foil rather than this one. But with a fan brush, it's a super highlighter. Just, yeah, go and get Modern Mercury. It's a fabulous product. Also re-promoted this year, which I don't particularly recommend, is Morning Aura. I mean, beautiful packaging again. You might want that just for your dressing table. This is a kind of primer liquid highlighter. It's very nice. I've been using it fairly steadily to try and use it up from last year. I use it under my makeup. You can see it gives quite a nice natural sheen if you just wanted to dot it on cheekbones. I prefer the Beckham Shimmering Perfected highlighter. Shimmering Perfector? Yeah, I think so. Very, very similar product, I think, but has slightly more punch. I think they both have an SPF, so suitable to use under your makeup as a kind of sort of glowy primer. And the Becca is much, much cheaper. I think about £37 for the same amount as this one, which I think is a whopping £62. So unless you're really sold on the gorgeous packaging, and the thing I would say about the packaging is, gorgeous as it is, it doesn't allow you to see how much you've used up, which slightly annoys me. But that's on Re-Promote, and I can tell you about. So those are my picks. I mean, overall, I'm not loving this collection this year as much as I loved last year, but that's often the way, isn't it, when you're kind of surprised by how good something is. The mascara definitely is worth a try if you're prepared to pay £36 for a mascara. I'll be interested to see how long it lasts. But other than that, I'm not terribly sold on any of the things I bought. So I'd be interested to hear what other people bought. If they absolutely love something. Oh, and of course, get Modern Mercury if you haven't got it already. I unhesitatingly recommend that. So until next time, bye for now.